Hey guys, it's Maymay and welcome to another week of Scripture Art Journaling. This week we're looking at 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 7, and I'm being very specific with that verse for multiple reasons. Number one, I'm very excited because I just got our first Scripture stamp set in, and I've been waiting on this set forever, and I really want to use it in my journal this week. But also because when I was doing my sneak peek video of that stamp set, I was reminded how much this verse got me through, and I want to talk about that a little bit. This verse says, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." And I struggled with anxiety really badly for a long time, and God, thank goodness, has healed me of that. But I remember calling on this verse constantly, and not just in my anxiety, but also in things I do in my life, in my church, in my business. And I still to this day lean on this scripture so much, and I really wanted to focus on it. So that's why we're doing that verse this week. And I really want you to spend some time and think about this. My mother used to teach me this verse constantly. She always reminded me. And the reason I want to do it is this: God did not give us a spirit of fear. That spirit of fear comes from the deceiver. It comes from Satan himself. So when you're struggling and when you're in fear, try to remember that. He wants you to be happy and joyful and strong and powerful, and that's what I'm going to focus on today. And I want to use some strong, powerful imagery. So the first thing I'm going to do is work on my background. I've not used gray in this album that I can remember, and gray and black and white are really bold combinations to me. So today I'm going to use gray, black, and white as my color combination. I cut a piece of gray paper to glue down first, so I'm going to put that one down first, just like that, and stick that into place. And it's going to be the exact size of the album, so this is going to be my background of my page. I'm not going to do a whole lot of fancy stuff. I really want to play with the powerfulness of the color. So notice here I have a white piece of cardstock, a gray piece, and then this black piece. I'm going to do some matting. You guys might remember that not too long ago I got these mini perfect layers, and we're actually carrying these in the store now, and I really like them, and I don't get to play with them enough, so I thought today was the perfect day. I better do my stamping first in case I mess it up. Let me do that first, because that would be tragic to do all this matting and then mess my stamping up. Okay, so we're going to use my brand new stamp set, which I'm super excited about, which is called The Lion and the Lamb. I'm going to use the lion for my stamping today. I think he is so pretty. And I'm going to put him kind of to the middle top of this page. I'm using some VersaFine Onyx Black ink. It's my favorite black ink. Ink him up real well. And then, try not to mess this up. I'm going to line it up on my mat a little bit here to help me out. And kind of top center, I'm going to stamp him there. Now I'm pressing pretty firmly, but I'm mostly letting that ink transfer into the paper. So let it sit there for a second, and then, oh, I just love this lion image. Let me zoom you guys in. You are too far away. So there is the lion image all done. Now, as you can imagine, I have this scripture in this stamp set that I'm using with this lion. It is actually 2 Timothy 1:7. I just think it goes with this lion so beautifully. And I'm going to stamp this right below it, just like this. I knew when I was doing a stamp set that talked about fear and being powerful over fear and being strong, I knew this scripture had to be in there. Like I said, my mother reminded me of this scripture so much when I was going through struggles in my life, and so I wanted to have it here. So see how bold that is on our page? We're going to focus just on that. Very bold, very graphic is what I'm looking for. So now we can do that matting I was telling you about. I'm going to take this black paper, and I'm going to glue this guy down to the black. I think in my head this is going to turn out very graphic and very monochrome, very bold. But we'll see what actually happens when we're done. I see it in my head, but we'll see. So just glue that down. I kind of overdid it on the glue on that edge. Get that nice and flush. Now I'm going to go to those mini perfect layers. Let's see. I'm going to use, how far apart how big of a border do I want? I think I'm going to stick with my 1/4 border. I do a 1/4 a lot of the time, and I think I'm just going to stick to that. So I'm just going to trim this away, leaving a 1/4 of an inch border all the way around. This makes this so easy. These little rulers make this super easy to do. Lay this down and get that 1/4 inch. Just like that. And one more at the top. If you've not seen me use these before, I have a review video of them that you can check out on my channel. But I just love them, how easy it makes this border creating. It's just so simple. Now I want to do another one. I'll show you. Let me get that page too. I want to do another one on this page. I'm not sure I'm going to have enough. Nope, I don't have enough of that scrap, so I'm just going to get another piece of black paper. And don't worry, I have a very extensive scrap collection that gets used a lot. So all of these leftovers will go into that scrap collection. So I'm going to glue this gray paper down, just like so. Then I'm going to decide what size border I want around it. I may do the same size. I don't know. I'm going to lay this piece in and see what that looks like. See how we're going to have these graphic, bold colors popping on this? I really like that. So I think I'm going to do a thinner border. As a matter of fact, do I want to do a thinner border here? Do I want to come back and make it thinner? I think I do. Looking at it, I want to trim it up even more. But that's the beauty of this. We can do that. We can trim with this guy even more. I'm going to put it on the 1/8 or 1/16. Let me look at what 1/8 looks like. Yeah, I'm going to do 1/8. So let's look at that and see if it doesn't look more bold. I think it will. It does. Isn't it amazing how taking some away made it even bolder? I think it did. So now what I'm going to do is add an 1/8 inch border to this guy. So doing the same thing. Now notice, I'm going to zoom back. So now I'm going to add an 1/8 inch border to this guy as well. And I want you to notice that my ruler's not quite long enough to go down. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to cut a little more than halfway down, and then I'm just going to slide the ruler down and finish it off. The ruler kind of locks onto the edge of the page, so it really makes that easy to do. Then I'm just going to come here, cut across, and then here and do the same. Now that I have that piece done, I'm going to glue this piece on. Look how graphic. That's what I'm looking for. Very graphic and very bold. Now I'm just going to try to center this as best I can. I've always found that when you do these bold, graphic, straight lines, you get such strong impact on your page. On your cards or anything that you do, they just look very bold and graphic. So there's that, and then let's look at it in the book. So then this piece will go here. Wow, that is really going to pop. Look at that. Okay, let's glue that down. So it'll have a little gray border around it as well. So this may seem a little odd, but I'm going to take my Stardust Jelly Roll pen and I'm going to outline the lion and make him seem as though he is sort of lit from behind. Have just a little bit of light coming from him. Not doing anything but doing just a healthy outline around him just to make him pop. So look at that. Can you see the shimmer on him? I don't know if the light is catching it. I'm trying to get that light to catch it, but it's beautiful in person, and he just lights up off the page. I think I'll put a little light in his eyes as well, just a little bit of glitter. Oh, that just makes him pop. I love it. So that is literally what I wanted. I wanted this page to be bold and graphic and remind me that God is bold in our lives, and He doesn't want us to be timid. He wants us to be bold and be confident in what He will do for us. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it seems simple, but it really speaks to exactly what I think of this verse. Just pow, that's what I get from it. All right, guys, I can't wait to see what you guys do with this verse. There is no telling how this is going to speak to you. But the big thing I want you to remember is don't be afraid. If this is your first time to be with us in our scripture art journaling, this is your chance. Don't be afraid. Grab a journal, jump in, and catch up. We're not that far into it. I think we're 12 weeks in. Not that bad. You could catch up easy. In order to do that, you can find more information on our Facebook page, which is called Hide His Word in My Heart. I'll leave a link to that below so you can get involved there. I look forward to seeing what you guys make over on our Facebook page. Have a wonderful weekend, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.